Can you teach me to say something in Russian?
Of course, yeah.
Anything you want.
Well, let's do the simplest. I'm not going to teach you swear words, right?
Okay.
We're bringing the light, after all.
Привет, как дела? Did I say it right that time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let me get you here. Yes. All right, give it to us.
Okay. Привет, как дела?
Yay.
Yeah? Under my sunglasses, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you did it right. Yeah.
Yay. I'm Andrea Love, and my goal with this show is just to put a new twist on the traditional rock show and to take you along for the ride with me. Welcome to Real Rock Adventures with Andrea Love. Привет, как дела? Welcome back, I'm Andrea Love. First off, last episode I asked you to name my band, and the winner is Jennifer Locke's 16-year-old son with Bass in Your Face. And I created a logo for my metal band. Clearly this says Bass in Your Face. Anyway, on this episode, I get to chat with Nika Comet. She's the frontwoman for a band called Nika Comet. She's from Russia, living in LA now, and I actually met her for just a brief moment when I was leaving another concert. So this is actually my very first interaction with her, and I think she is absolutely incredible.
Guys, I'm like a piece of shit.
No.
I'm super excited too, but I'm actually so tired. I'm just like, it's second day. I don't know if you saw, but we drove to Nashville.
Right.
So it's about 5,000 miles altogether. Of course, I drove less, but still, I'm just like lying at home, doing nothing, and I don't want to do anything.
Recovering from that trip, but the trip went well?
Oh yeah. I know a lot of people suffer from that, and they think there's people who don't have that. Or for example, people look on someone else's Instagram, they see all the good pictures, but it doesn't really mean that we're in a good mood all the time. It just means that we don't really post, bad posts. Yes,
absolutely. You're speaking to me. I love it.
Yeah, no, but I've noticed it about myself. Like when I'm down, I don't want to interact with people. Like I'm closing in my shell. And after some time, I thought, okay, but wait a second. This is probably the moment when I have to share it with people, because there's people who suffer the same thing, and they think they are, like lonely, and they suffer this shit. Like I have a lot of followers on Instagram who have like autism, bipolar disorder, or even like worse things like what is that, like maniacal depression, something like that. And like I posted something about my bipolar disorder, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know it about myself, that sucks, but I do my best to fight it or to handle with it. And like people were responding, they were like, oh, thank you so much for sharing it. It's really important for us to know that that someone has the same thing, and this someone can actually be a very like positive and extroverted person.
So we went for a hike in Griffith Park, and it was an unbelievably beautiful day. I love this place, and so before we get into the interview, I just want to take you along with us on our hike so you can check out all the beauty too. Pretty good. I feel good about it. He's circling us. He must like us. Subscribe to Real Rock Adventures!
That feeling when you climb a hill actually creates that metaphor in your head, and you think, I can climb this fucking hill, so I can climb any metaphorical mountain in my life.
And right now I've got to stop and give a huge thank you to two of my really good friends for helping me out. We've got Candace, who's actually a camera person by profession, like she uses equipment that weighs more than I do. And then we've got Matthew, he's a chef and a teacher. He teaches kids about culinary arts and wellness with his project called Project Fast Food. Oh, yeah, we saw that. So we hiked and we hiked and then we hiked some more, and then we took a break to chat right here. But before we get into the interview, I still want to take you up to the top so you can check out the view really quick, and then we'll chat with Nika. Gorgeous, isn't it? All right, now let's let's get into it. Let's hear more about Nika and her band Chase the Comet.
Pretty much all of the songs were recorded here. Written here, obviously recorded here, and what is more important, we made it ourselves, because at some point we figured out that no one's gonna fucking help us. No one's gonna do anything for us. No one thinks we're cool, and that we just have to get our shit together and just do stuff. And what is also very important is that we both, I and Alex, my guitarist and my husband, we both quit drinking and smoking weed, and thus we saved a shit ton of energy and money, and we're able to record this album. You know, we started a crowdfunding campaign, and our fans from mostly the United States, which is surprising because we're not from here, but people are really, really supportive in this country, which I can't underestimate. So people helped us to actually print CDs because they helped us to finish that crowdfunding campaign. So yeah, it's been a journey.
But I feel like people are more likely to help you once they see that you are putting in a lot of work on your own.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I think, like, the other day something kind of irritated me, and it's something that's been irritating me on a long term now, but it was like the way this guy handled it. You know, so many people just send a generic message to someone's inbox about, like, hey, check out my band.
Yeah.
And it's a generic, there's no...
Yeah.
And so one day, oh, a little doggy.
Yes, doggies, we love doggies. Doggies. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Hello, little buddy.
I'm pretty sure I got him.
He's the star of the show. He's like, I like Chase the Comet. He wants to party.
But let's see.
Generic message.
Oh, yeah. And so he's like, hey, will you check out my band? And so I sent back, because it was just a link to a video. And I said, maybe, what is it about your music that I should check out? Or, like, you know, tell me more about it. Never responded. You know, like, there's another person who saw my last episode, and he reached out to me personally. His band sent a video message. That's, like, real effort. And you respect that. Well, you're not just thinking that you should just magically be a rock star because you can sing.
Yeah,
you know?
I used to be that way, honestly. And that's why I'm different now. I mean, you got to learn from your own mistakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to prove it. You got to work your ass off. You know, you got to learn to survive criticism. Though in America, people do not criticize you, which is super strange to me. In Russia, that's the way people live. They will just pour shit on you. You know, seriously, like, you put your music online, and among like 10 comments, like 1 will be positive. Like, in America, people always try to find something good about you. That's one thing I love about American people. I think we should talk about that, because, like, I'm looking at it from the perspective of a person of a completely different mentality. And the other thing that I really love about American people is their respect to someone doing their own business. You know, I guess it's in your guys' blood. In Russia, people always try to save money. Like, Russian people will pay any money to have something for free. Seriously. It's crazy. But, like, we had one guy who wanted to buy a shirt, and he was trying to kind of, like, have the price reduced from a girl who's selling the shirts while we're here, and he's like, oh, can I have it for a smaller price? And she's like, dude, I have to go to the post office and send it to you, and the shirt already costs like $10. Like, are you mental?
Yeah.
American people, like, support. They are proud of themselves if they buy a shirt from me as from a young band. And this is so crazy to me, you know, like, people from like Michigan or from like Wisconsin order my shirt in a city because they want to support me, though they know that I'm not super famous yet or anything like that. They want to support me because they respect what I do.
So about one song title, especially the 27 Club, that's the name, right?
Yeah.
What made you write about that? Or did you write that song?
Yeah, I did. It was actually, I guess this is probably one of the most interesting songs because of its story. So when we were 26, we were living through a very hard period of our lives when we were drinking a lot, smoking weed, taking some other things that we won't talk about here. So it was really insane. Like, we were out of our minds completely, and our mental state was very, very fragile. And at that same time, it happened that Alex got hired by a band that opened up for Metallica and Linkin Park and Muse, and like, you know, that can blow your mind. You know, he felt like a rock star, and like our relationship got really, really bad. And he started listening to Asking Alexandria from Death to Destiny, and like got into that self-destruction mode. And so he wrote the music. Like, he completely created the arrangement for that song, and then it was missing the vocals and the lyric. And I started writing about it because like the Montage of Heck just came out at that time, and I was listening to Amy Winehouse a lot. And so I started writing about the 27 Club, the musicians who died at the age of 27. If you read the lyrics of that song, it has the reflections of the lyrics of the musicians, of the bands that those musicians played in. Like, are you sure you're not gonna crack? It goes to Kurt Cobain's "I kill you, I'm not gonna crack," and like, I found a friend there in my head. And in my song I have, you need a friend, not in your head. So yeah, and there's like, I got someone to caress my fire. It goes to Jim Morrison's "Come on baby, light my fire." So yeah, I think it's one of the deepest songs that I've ever written, but it's very destructive, I would say. Like, very bad energy came out of us when we wrote that, and you know, we're on a different way now, and we're over 27, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I think that if you're a public person, if you're an artist, you should carry some message, except for, hey, look at me, I'm cute and my butt is super round. So I think I carry the message, I hope, and I want to carry the message of positivity, of human ability to overcome any difficulties with their own powers inside. Like, you don't need to shrink, you don't need anyone else's help to overcome your own problems, because I've been there and I had to fight myself, and for me that was the hardest fight, you know, like, to overcome your own weakness, to overcome your own your doubts, you know, in yourself, in life. And you gotta learn to trust life, and just to, you know, to think that it is for you too, to love yourself, like, you know, all those good things.
Can you teach me to say something in Russian?
Of course, yeah.
Whatever you want to teach me.
Well, let's do hi, how are you?
Okay.
Is it too obvious?
No, I don't know how to say it.
Let's do hi, привет.
Привет.
Привет. Как дела?
Как дела?
Как дела?
Как дела?
Как дела?
Привет. Как дела?
Как дела?
Как дела? Привет. Как дела?
Right on. We have just returned from the tour, and we can't wait to get another one. So we hope to see more American people on our way around the States. And feel free to join us on Instagram. Like, I'm mostly on Instagram, where we stream, where I interact with people. So you can always hit me up, and I actually respond to all the messages, because like, I've been there where people did not respond to me, so I really hate that. Just please, one request: do not write hi, how are you, even in Russian. Don't like that. Try to be unique. Always try to be unique, right? That's what we talked about.
Their full-length album is called Russian Rule, and it's available now. If you check them out, make sure to tell them that I sent you, and be sure to share this episode using the hashtag #LoveYourAdventure. I'm Andrea Love. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back soon with another Real Rock Adventure.